Noisy students and loud classrooms are challenges teachers face everywhere. It's tough, especially when students are disruptive or just clowning around. Some of them can be a real pain, and let's be honest, this kind of behavior is one reason many teachers feel burned out or even leave the profession entirely.
I quit!
I quit.
I quit.
Quit. This is a job! I quit!
I've already made a video sharing practical classroom management tips and strategies, but today I want to offer a few alternative solutions that might help you in your classroom. Let's face it, some classroom management scenarios are just plain rough. These are the moments where no matter what you try, nothing seems to work. You may have students who refuse to respect you or don't even pretend to put in the effort. In these cases, you need the support of your school and the students' parents to follow through the procedures in place to discipline the students. There is only so much you can do as an individual teacher, and that's a reality many people forget. Now, I know some of you might be watching this and hoping for a magic solution, a quick fix. But here's the truth. All these tips and strategies I'm about to share only work when you have support from your co-teachers, peers, administration, and parents. Keep that in mind as we go forward. I'll share a few tips I didn't include in my previous video, but let me be clear, this isn't some Hogwarts spell that will instantly fix your classroom. These are strategies I've learned from other teachers or tried myself. And remember, your approach needs to fit your context. Every country, culture, school, and student is different. For example, in many parts of Asia, students are often more obedient than in the West. Personally, I am lucky to have amazing students in my class, and we've built a wonderful rapport over time. In primary school, most kids are eager to learn and their eyes light up with excitement. But once they hit middle school, it's a different story. Too much homework, pressure, and stress drains them. The biggest issue for middle school teachers isn't noise. It's motivation. Students shut down. They don't participate, don't answer questions, and just want the class to end. Now, based on a recent poll I ran, the most common issue many of you face is loud students ignoring the lesson. That's what I'll focus on today. But remember, the key is to keep experimenting with different techniques until you find what works for your unique situation. This is my #1 tip, and I've said it a million times. Teaching doesn't start when the bell rings. Be early to class. Dress like a teacher. Speak like a teacher. Control your emotions. Be patient. Greet your students as they enter the classroom. Set clear expectations so they know exactly what is expected of them. Think of it like growing a flower. You have to water it daily if you want it to bloom. And don't act like you're all-knowing or always right. Listen to them. Really listen. Avoid being judgmental or condescending. Show them you're human too. Admit your mistakes. Build a bond. based on trust and respect. For example, I always spend a few minutes before class chatting with my students. Simple questions like, "How are you?" or "What did you have for breakfast?" make a big difference. Even asking for their advice like, "I want to buy a tie. Can you help me choose one?" helps build connections. It shows you care. Trust me. Children learn more from who you are than what you teach. And hey, if all else fails, teach them a good song. Go!
Kicking your can all over the place. We will rock you. Woo! We will rock you. Woo! Body or young and all men shouting the street, gonna take all the words on me. Got blood on the face. Through this place, kicking you way up and all over the place. We will rock you.
I once heard someone say that the main difference between the East and the West is that in the West, too many teach their children about their rights, but not their responsibilities. Whereas in the East, many teachers focus on teaching responsibilities, not rights. It's an opinion, and you're free to agree or disagree, but remember, it's just an opinion, not a universal truth. What did Voltaire say about opinions? "I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it." Regardless of what teachers emphasize in different parts of the world, I believe giving children responsibilities can greatly improve classroom management. Assigning students roles such as computer monitor, board cleaner, point or star keeper, English helper, or team captain instills a sense of responsibility, keeping them engaged and focused. This approach works especially well in primary classrooms, as it redirects attention-seeking behavior into something positive and productive. Visual charts can effectively track student behavior and participation. For example, you could implement a system where students move up or down a ladder based on their actions. In my class, I use a card system at the end of each lesson to evaluate participation and behavior. Here's how it works. Green card. The student did well. Yellow card. One yellow card serves as a warning. 2 yellow cards result in the loss of 1 point from the final exam score. Red card. For serious issues, such as disrespecting a teacher or another student, the student loses 1 point immediately. Black card. The most severe consequence. 2 points are deducted and parents are involved. This process takes only 30 seconds at the end of class. Typically, my students do very well, so most receive green cards. I mark everyone green initially, then adjust for specific behavior. For example, switching to yellow as needed. This system works well for me because I teach in a competitive society where students are highly motivated to perform their best. At the end of the year, my students' final scores are comprised of the following. Participation, 15 points. Behavior, 15 points. Notebook, 20 points. Oral exam, 50 points. It's essential to explain this system to your students at the beginning of the school year to ensure clarity and accountability. If you want to see how I implement this in a real classroom, working with students I've never met before, check out my video, How to Start Your First Class, Superhero Activities for Kids. You'll find all the relevant links in the description box below the video. Who doesn't love a little recognition? Similar to the point system, students can earn tokens or stamps, cards, anything you can come up with for positive behavior, active participation, or completing tasks. These tokens can later be exchanged for small rewards or privileges. At the end of the term, you can also offer personalized reward certificates for behavior or participation, such as Team Player, Super Listener, Participation Pro, or English Star. Primary school students love receiving these and proudly display them. Whenever your class gets too rowdy, use a stopwatch. Pause your teaching and wait for them to settle down. The total time wasted will be the amount of time they must stay behind after class. If no time is wasted, reward them with 1 or 2 minutes at the end of class to chat and relax. The best part is that students often remind each other to be quiet because they dislike staying behind. For teenagers, peer pressure is often more effective than reminders from the teacher. Similarly, you can use a name erasing system on the board. Write your name, for example, Teacher Val, and erase a letter for each instance of misbehavior. If all the letters are erased, students will need to sit quietly in the classroom after the lesson. For those who don't comply, take a photo and share it with a great head teacher or parents. Once students realize their break time is shortened due to misbehavior, disruptions will likely decrease significantly or disappear altogether. Remember to balance discipline with positive reinforcement. Reward good behavior by adding letters back to your name. If no letters are erased by the end of class, celebrate their achievement. Circle your name or add an exclamation mark next to it and bow to your students, saying, "Thank you for being the best students today. You did great and made my day. Thank you." This one's fun. Before class begins, let your students know that you will be secretly observing one student, but don't reveal who it is. If that student behaves well, the whole class gets a reward, such as playing their favorite game at the end of the lesson or enjoying 1 or 2 minutes of free talking time. Since no one knows who is being observed, everyone tends to behave well to avoid disappointing the class. What if you witness something extreme, a fight or aggressive behavior towards you or a student? The solution depends on 2 factors: the age of your students and school policies. In my opinion, if you witness a fight or aggressive behavior, it's important to handle the situation calmly. Stay calm Separate the students involved in the fight, or if needed, call for assistance from other staff members or school security. After that, speak to the students involved individually to understand their perspectives and what led to the fight. I would do that in the presence of a parent and the student's head teacher. Generally speaking, I would follow the school's code of conduct to handle the situation, which should also include mediation, counseling, and disciplinary action. I hope these tips help. But remember, there is no one-size-fits-all solution. Keep experimenting, stay patient, and never stop learning. You've got this. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Also, please remember to visit my tVc store at tVc&x.com to buy my ready-to-teach PowerPoint lessons. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Happy teaching, everyone!